Let's get into it. 1, 2, 3. Let's get some more. Have your hands. Some more. Just give some more.
Well, hello, and welcome to tonight's episode of My Whiskey Den, your favorite public access whiskey review show where craft whiskey is king. And that is the way it is again tonight. We're going to be talking about ryes. Yes, I'm going to try a rye tonight. We'll see if I can hold my face straight. But before we go any further, Mike, what do we have to tell our fans and the newcomers coming here tonight?
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, hit that bell notification to find out when new episodes are coming out. Most every Monday night is a live episode, and usually in the Evening with series.
Today, we're going to kick it to Ben as he talks about this. Is it a... Oh, it is Cask Strength.
Cask Strength, baby.
We're going Cask Strength Rye on this one. Talk to me, Ben. Where's this place? What is this? Where is it from?
We are looking at Catoctin Creek, their Roundstone Cask Strength Rye whiskey today, and it is in Virginia. Started by Scott and Becky Harris in 2009. They're making some really great ryes and also doing brandy. And all their grains, everything they're getting sourced local. They're from in Virginia, from around the distillery. So, just a great craft distiller doing some really cool things with rye. I think Single Cask Nation has picked up some of their bottles, and they're getting well recognized for what they're doing there. So,
and if I am correct, next year they'll be doing a Gore release.
Yes,
everyone's doing a band. They're getting Gore. Now, I wouldn't have guessed any distillery going that route, but I fucking love it, man. That they're like, here, we're going in, and this is what we're going in with. I like that. Because there would have been other places I would have been a little scared, but you like what you like. Hell, maybe that inspired some of the stuff they're making. You know what I mean? But that's cool. So be on the lookout for that. Now I have heard good things about this rye and the distillery. It's another one of the small craft distilleries that has been doing quite well, and we wanted to fit in a review of them to see what we thought before the end of the year, just so it doesn't get overlooked. But this straight rye Cask Strength that we've heard good things about. Ed, is this the one you sent to Ed?
It is.
That review.
Yep. This
jumped up on Ed's board for maybe his favorite rye. Battling out with the Driftless Run Young Rye. So I'm intrigued to see what is. How old is this one?
This one, let me see. They're fairly young. I want to say they come in around the 2-year range. This one in particular, batch number 18 ES, it's 58%. Bottle number 749.
Fair enough.
Bottle number 49. So,
I'm out then.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can do it now. Jeez, but okay. This is interesting already. It's not
a rye nose.
Really? Okay, I'm gonna let you guys talk for a second. I'm gonna give my opposing nosing nose.
I think, dog, you should go. You're just too sensitive.
I probably am. I mean, obviously.
You're a rye snowflake.
Okay, but this is what I was getting. I wasn't getting black licorice. I was getting the anise, but like anise frosting on a cake. It sounds crazy, but like anise frosting. Like it's just light, and it's not heavy. There's like this creamy note that comes through. Then there's butterscotch, some lemon. I don't know, but it's there was like this frosting note, but I that's what I got in my head. So now I'm going to shut up for a minute and let everyone else go.
I just go ahead and say I'm with Ed on this one. From first sip, this one really jumped up to like one of my most favorite ryes that I've had. I find it a bit unique. for rye, and I'm sorry, I don't get the anise and the black licorice or anything like that off this hardly at all. I get a lot of dark fruit, so like stewed plums, dates. I get there's kind of a earthy, a little bit of a almost like a basement floor kind of note to it. There's what I love about this is all of a sudden you get these dark fruits, you get that earthy note, and then there's this maple sweetness that comes in. I get like this note of maple syrup coming in there, or grape skins.
I was going to
almost
say like
a wine note to it,
like a red grape.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I was getting that little bit of wine. I get like initially like buttercream on the initial note. And then I was getting is that wine?
As a matter of fact, I remember from my first tasting of this, muscadine specifically is what it reminded me of. Muscadine skins.
It's not a. I mean, to me, this is not a stereotypical rye.
No, I wouldn't put it in that at all.
On the nose. On the nose.
No.
It's not. I haven't tasted it yet. But
that creamy note was neat, and on the tail end now. I don't know. I guess I'm getting the fruit notes in the middle are interesting to me because they're like buried in there.
Mm-hmm.
But then
so
they like but they mesh. Like say like they're a level down for me. There's like a little bit of the barrel that note, and then like you get the caramel and the creamy note on top. But that middle layer, like the berries, is kind of blended together well.
So, question: have you had other Catoctin Creeks?
This is it.
No,
this is it for me. Yeah, they had. Right. There's 3 offerings that they have. They have a. Let me look back at this real quick. They have their Cask Strength edition. There's like the 80 proof rye, and then they have the Distiller's edition, which is 92 proof. And those are the 3 available. And I mean, I'm going straight for the Cask Strength.
Well, okay, so given that, I mean, this is Cask Strength on the nose, does not smell like Cask Strength on the nose.
No,
this isn't this doesn't hit stereotypes for me, and I'll say that it doesn't hit a rye stereotype. It doesn't hit a Cask Strength stereotype that I would have. Like if you said, "Here's a Cask Strength rye," I'm expecting to get a punch in the senses. So, what strikes me as interesting is if this is the Cask Strength version, and then there's another version that's 90 some proof. Nose wise, it's very nice, and I really like this. The marriage of guar and right. This, I mean, now I could see like if it was again, I haven't tasted this yet. I could see if you're like, oh, Cask Strength Pikesville Rye, guar,
right?
Something that's like bold in your face, not something that's so just. Absolutely. I mean, just pleasant. I mean, this is just, I don't mean nice, like, like a, simple Scotch thing. I mean, it's nice. It's very inviting. It's like, I want to be in the room that's making this right now.
So I'm getting an interesting spice note coming off of this turmeric.
That's just what I was going to, it's like bright on the top half.
Yeah.
And it was mixing with an orange zest for me.
Mm-hmm.
That is weird.
Yeah, it's just good. It's so cool, and to be the age that it is and everything. I've just been blown away by this. So for me, it's like here's another example of something, coming from a different part of the country. We don't usually see a lot of whiskey coming from. You've got Virginia Distilling doing their thing there. Mm-hmm. You have Bowman Brothers, I think, which. Understanding a lot of that potentially could be sourced from Buffalo Trace or Sazerac, but Catoctin Creek is cutting their own path there with these ryes, and they're pretty amazing.
Take a drink because I took one, and I think I can see guar going more with it after you take a drink.
I think that guar release they're going to be doing some special finishing on that one too, if I remember reading. But yeah, that's
like it's just enough. Rye. It's just enough like rustling of like rye spice and cinnamon, clove. Ooh,
there's an initial note heat. that hits heavy and then just goes away really quick, and I'm trying to figure out what that is. Like it was like, oh, what's this? And then it was gone as soon as I started thinking about it.
It's dark. It's really, to me, it's a very, all the flavors are really dark and dense, and
I'm getting like a date or a fig, like in the middle, in the front half, and kind of trailing into the end even. The barrel note is nice on this. It tastes like like a 3 char. It's just kind of nice and like accepting everything. It's not a dominating char on it, but it adds to it, and you can definitely taste a little
tinge
bit
of that. Get a tinge of that kind of smoky char coming in there. For me, Mike, it's again, it's muscadine. It's like if you were chewing on muscadine skins on the front there. It's that dark, sweet fruit, but it's got a tinge of sour and bitter to it as well.
I was trying that flavor that I was getting off there. It reminded me of if you have something that is somebody used too much ginger.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I shouldn't say that, but ginger was the first thing you hit, and then it went away. You know, it's like, it's ginger, and it's like, well, where the hell did ginger go? It's whatever this is. It's like I feel like I need a half a bottle to figure this out, because I've done 3 pours now to try to figure out what that one is. I like it. It's really interesting, but it's going to bug me that I can't figure out what that is. But then it moves.
I haven't had this one very long, and you can tell I'm enjoying it.
It's not like an alcohol burn per se. It's just like it raises the temperature. Like a lot of times when you swallow, like say you had moonshine and you swallow, and you're fine, and then all of a sudden, like 30 seconds later, you feel like the heat build up. You feel like heat build up in your mouth, but it's not like it's alcohol-y. But it is not.
There's a little bit of spearmint kicking on the back end.
Yeah, I get the mint. God, I wish I could figure that note. I like this, though. I need to get off of trying to figure out what that thing is. Overall, I really like this. It's not just like the nose. It's not a stereotypical rye on the palate.
Right.
I mean, this is. I mean, I can feel it. Like it's still there. It's like it's on my tongue, and it's like nothing's getting through that on my tongue.
You know what it also tastes like to me? It tastes like there's a difference of like it tastes like real sugar in the sweetness. Compared to like some things that have fake sugar or different things in the past, like you say you had Pepsi or Mountain Dew and it was like the fake stuff, and you have the old real sugar. This almost tastes like real sugar, or like a little bit of a rum almost.
I can see that. Yep.
Yes, this is something, but you'd be drunk. I'm sorry, I'm not being mean to the people selling it, but you would be drunk trying to figure out some of the stuff going on in here.
100% agree with that statement.
It comes and goes fast. Like there's things going on, but like if you're editing, it's like someone put it on a half-second overlap through the whole like 10 seconds you're doing it. It's like like you're going through things fast, and they fade away. They all come and go nice, but it's a lot.
You're right. It is. It's It goes fast, and like you said, I could go through if I was just going to sit down. It's like I'm going to figure this whiskey out. I'm going to go through a lot of it.
I'll go ahead
and it doesn't drink like that ABV either, which could be a huge problem.
For the mixers out there, this rye makes a killer old fashioned, man.
Oh,
man.
Ooh. Yeah, I can see why Ed would like this. Just flavor profile wise. This probably jumps up in there, Mike, for if we do a top 5 ryes. This has definitely moved up into that category or realm of it.
Yeah. This for me is like last year where I had 6 and 20s heirloom rye, and that one just was like a revelation for me on rye. This has been kind of that same thing this year. Like I've had some exceptionally good ryes this year. We've worked through a lot of them. There have been some fantastic, but as soon as I sipped this one, it was like, oh, holy cow, this is on another plane for me.
I'll say this, in the taste for me at 58%, I don't think it drinks under, but not horribly under for me.
Yeah.
Oh man, I mean? it drinks like a 43 for me. I mean, it really does. It is way too easy.
The only thing for me that reveals that proof is there's a denseness and oiliness to it that I typically see with the higher proof or a cask strength, and I get that off of this. But as far as alcohol and even just like it almost barely lets you know it's there in that way. It's just a little warm in here, but not much.
What if you made the old fashioned and then had a little maple syrup in it?
Yeah,
So I'm getting a hint of that off of this.
right.
With knob maple.
It's not.
No, but this isn't diabetes
No.
sweet level.
No.
And it's
I had
not
the
like
button ready. I had
well,
it
and
ready.
like Caval was a very sweet rye, very good. But this is sweet, but it is nowhere near that.
Yeah, no, it's more of a dark fruit sweetness, and it's a hint of maple. It's not like this dominant maple sugar.
No,
kind of thing
no,
going.
that's not in
Oh.
there very much at all.
Try if you got a little bit in your glass. Try 50-50 with water.
Damn it.
I only did that just because I wanted to see if it brought more out.
It's one thing I have not done besides mixing and making an old fashioned. I haven't added water to it yet.
Well, I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna burn through the sample really quick. 50-50 with water. I'm like, wood shop.
Yeah,
Oh man. Oh.
It is. It's wood shop.
Right, man.
And
Someone's
not-
making Pinewood Derby cars.
In the great way, or if you have a hardwoods shop that you can go to, where you walk at. I mean, this isn't wood to the mouth, like some overly oak stuff. You go into a place where you're like, oh my god, the smell in here is amazing.
and it's
That's what this is. This is a hardwood shop.
different aromatics, different wood
Yes.
aromatics going
Yes.
on. And the other thing I'm getting off this is maple bacon wrap dates.
It kind of solidifies out. Like, I think that's what goes away more is like that heavy, what I was saying, like a date note in it. Like it lightens it up so much.
When you
that
said
it's like
bacon
not as
wrap,
overpowering.
that nailed it right there. God, I'm killing this 2-ounce sample tonight.
Oh,
I mean, this is
my goodness. That's just wonderful. Like if you were doing that in the morning, it's not quite thick enough to be like going on pancakes, but it would be an awesome drink. But you wouldn't even notice it. It's just watery enough.
Yeah.
It's like a hinted water of the whiskey with that bacon wrapped date and stuff. It's ridiculous.
I got
flavored
dill.
water for dad.
Yeah, that's exactly what it tastes like. Mom's getting cucumber water. Dad's having the
Yeah.
bourbon that tastes
Okay.
like bacon. And
So, and I would say to be full disclosure, we've recorded a few reviews in a row. This is holding its own on top of everything else that we've had, which has been fantastic.
Yeah.
And this is still announcing itself on top of all of that. And I think that's fantastic. It's
what I think is interesting, the half and half blend, I'm still getting like 6 flavors out of it.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's
Like
impressive.
Ben said, yeah, you're reaching to different aromatics where you're like, oh, I'm picking up all these things. It's not just oak. I mean, it's woods.
Go ahead. I'm getting mint on the end now too. Like the spearmint like rides in on the end for a second. There's a lot of neat things.
For me, with the water on the palate, what it did on the back end and on the finish for me, it opened up. All of a sudden, I'm getting dill, and I'm getting that turmeric note.
Yeah.
That kind of a slightly bitter spice, and that dill opened up. I wasn't getting dill in this at all until added the water, and then all of a sudden the back end was like I just took a bite of a dill potato chip and sprinkled with a little turmeric on there. Which is amazing. I've never gotten turmeric as a note in a whiskey before.
So you said that and all that, especially you mentioned the chip. After having a lot of this sample and going through with water and such, there's a dryness that showed up that's like eating a chip.
Yep.
It's not drying like some higher proof ones that I've had where you're like, oh, that's very drying. No, it's like I had something with this that is causing some of the
It's
drying.
like a salt and vinegar chip.
Yeah. Yes.
What's just pulling it out because I'm getting a little bit of vinegar and just a touch of salt. So not a heavy one, but like a light one, and that's pulling everything away. Oh, that's just this is a fun one. So obviously, if you can find this whiskey, buy it, because this was fun just to play with. But a wonderful representation of cask strength and craft whiskey. I mean, it's the flavors you're getting here, and we don't normally drop something down that low with water and say we're still having fun.
This is, I could see why you're down as low as you are with that bottle. I mean, and you've sent samples out, but still, this drink's way too easy for that proof, and this is so good.
And this is one, if you know somebody who doesn't traditionally like rye,
exactly,
this would be one I would probably be first thing out of my cabinet that I'd serve to them. You need to try this one.
Yes, you can add it. This is up. This would be like the second or third thing that I would, because like I said, I got it when I said I got that, and it sounded weird, but it was like an anise cream frosting. It was fucking weird. But
okay,
that was the creamy part for me, but it was not bad, and it was so light.
If you were given this blind, would you have picked it out as a rye whiskey? Being someone who is sensitive to heavy rye.
On the nose, I probably would have said yes, but I could have been wrong, because they could have been like a high rye bourbon as well. So I probably would have picked more along that lines, where it was like 51 corn, 35 rye, and something else. But it's not like it was a heavy rye, it's in there, but it played fiddle. It wasn't the big star of the show.
Yeah.
Like I said, it was nice. Like, I would have eaten some cake with that frosting on it. Okay, now everyone that knows the show, I would have done that. So it was not bad. It was actually kind of interesting.
Yeah.
But the turmeric note is weird. I get that too, and that is just I don't know if I've ever gotten that, like you said, in a whiskey before. Like, it's come like some of the other spices that you get that you cook with turmeric with. Yes, those come up a lot.
Yeah.
But not that. So, fantastic.
Yeah. That's just really good.
I'm gonna have to.
And this is a standard cask strength release. This isn't a single barrel pick.
They are single barrel. Their cask strength editions are single barrel. So that's what this was. Batch number 18 ES. But yeah, so they've got their standard, which comes in, I think, at 80 or 82, and then their distiller's edition, which is like what is that one? It's again, it's a 92 proof, and then they have their cask proof. They also do some special releases in-house at the distillery, which, as a matter of fact, they just did one a few weeks ago. Our buddy Jeff, the whiskey fellow, did a review of it, and it was peach brandy barrel finish.
Oh yeah, I'd love to try that.
And he gave it a pretty high rating. He really enjoyed that one. But again, available at the distillery only. But they're doing some really cool things like that. And to me, a peach, I never thought of it before until I saw that. But a peach brandy barrel with rye. Oh man!
See,
just imagine that layered on this right now.
Yeah,
right. Like, I just kind of lost it a second in my head. I'm like, holy shit! Like that extra layering with that creaminess.
I'm basing my entire opinion on this one whiskey that I've had from them, and like, I think of like peach stuff where it's like it's overdone, and
right.
I'll bet that's really good. I mean, I saw Jeff's review of it, but I could imagine them doing a lot of things, and it's like it's very clear that they're doing something unique and different. That if they said, "Oh yeah, we're coming out with a boysenberry whiskey," like, I bet it's great.
Mm-hmm.
A rhubarb rye, cool. Sign me up.
There you go. Yes.
So all big reviews from us. No, everyone here liked this whiskey. No problems with that. You all saw it through the review. So I'm sure at this point we're going to be coming up or getting close to the 5 Whiskeys for Festivus Challenge on December 23rd. It's coming up in a couple weeks. We've challenged a few people. Is there anyone else out there in the world we want to challenge before we get to that point? We want to give people a chance, even anyone watching right now. If you make a video and watch this video over here, watch this. It's going to tell you what the stipulations are, and anyone who makes a video has a chance at winning some free samples. So make a video. Give us your 5 whiskeys for Festivus. Doesn't have to just be YouTube whiskey reviewers. It can be the average person. We want to see them. Anyone can do it. Take a look at that. But on December 23rd, we're going to tell people who won. And on that note, I think it's good to go. We've had enough of this. We have one more we have to do tonight. So cheers, everyone. Remember, it's not the size of the den that matters. It's the love of whiskey. Cheers.
Cheers.
Let's get into it. 1, 2, 3.